Good morning. So it felt really cool when Garrett got up and got off the boat to go to the bathroom. Feeling the boat move. But we're about 18 hours in the water, and this is about how much water we have in the boat. It's not even over the first stringer in most places. And then towards the back, we're over the first stringer. But this is about the deepest frame bay, and it's not even fully over the first stringer. So now we're figuring out power hookup so that we can turn on the pump. Utterly exhausted from the day before, we didn't do much else. Okay. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Look at you. Oh, he's so happy.
Good boy.
The first time Swab's ever been on the boat was yesterday. And then...
He's never been down below.
First time Swab's ever been down below.
What do you think, Swab? You still got your twig.
Yeah, we went out for a little dinghy ride with some neighbors. Had a good time.
I think he's happy now.
Yeah, he's comfy.
He got a big old tail wag when he jumped in.
So we're about, what is it, Garrett? Probably 24 hours now?
Well, let's see. We launched at 2:40 yesterday.
So we're probably
over
24 hours?
Yeah, let's see, what time is it now? It's 5:49.
Okay, so we're at like 26, 27?
Yeah, let's see. There's the light. There's the light. So, yep. Over a full day, and we still don't even really need to have, I mean, there's a pump, but it's not even plugged in.
Yeah. Yeah, we had that little bucket we bailed out a little bit earlier.
Because I kind of want to, I don't really want to pump her out because she's got the sheathing, and so she's really not taking much water at all. So I kind of want to let the bilge fill up to help her swell. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this water kind of stay. It'd be nice to not just have like the outside, the sheathing swelling up while the inside is staying super dry. Yeah. Because all this, like, you know, if we pumped it out, like everything else is like, the planking itself is still super dry inside.
Yeah.
And if we pumped it out, it would stay that way. So I just want to kind of let it fill up a little bit, help her swell on the inside too. Because look, you can still see, like, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that's her whole inside hull planking. They're still like, they're still super dry. And you can see on that same plank, the gap up there. See how much it's starting to close up down there.
Totally.
You know? She's sitting honestly exactly where I was hoping, praying, wishing, wanting her to sit. She's sitting level and she's sitting high because she's still totally empty. She's bare. There's still so much that needs to go on the boat. So right now she's sitting like a full, at least like 10 inches above her water line. So that means build out the interior, rig her out, you know, tankage and whatnot. There's
adding fuel and water.
So much extra buoyancy that we can finish the whole boat out, and we'll probably still have to put ballast in the bottom, which is how the boat's supposed to be. You know, it's supposed to be finished out, everything and still probably add, you know, another 1,000 pounds of concrete in the bilge. So,
yeah, internal ballast is in the plans.
But even she's sitting so high and she's still so stable. She's so solid. Like, you gotta really rock back and forth and she just doesn't move.
Yeah, not really.
But yet, when we brought her over here with just an outboard, a skiff on the quarter, 4-horse outboard, she moved through the water so beautifully. It took like no thrust. And she just started going. Great steerage on the rudder. She just like, she was super nimble. So she's sitting high, but she's sitting level. She's sitting, her trim fore and aft is just almost perfect. So even right now, we could start building the interior, which is really exciting because I really want to build the interior.
Yeah.
First night on the boat.
Yeah.
Just us.
Yeah.
Oh, my head's cut off.
Oh, sorry. There we go. But yeah, so I think we have some wine left over from the shindig and stuff yesterday.
We go.
Thank you. Still have some leftover champagne and wine.
Lots of wine.
Yeah.
Lots of champagne. Good
Have
amount
a
of food.
Have a glass and a little bit of dinner.
Yeah.
And see you guys on the flip side. The boat in there. Voila. We took it slow after launching Rediviva, intermittently bailing out her bilge and gathering all our belongings. We floated the things some thought we never would. Our morning walk still took us past the launch ramp, but with a new perspective. Whether or not launching was premature, because there's still so many projects left to complete her, we were ready. Alright, so we went and found this little adapter short cable thing, and so now we've got power onto the boat so we can use the bilge pump. Getting good use already, Craig. Thank you. Alright, so it is Friday. That makes it day 4 after launching. I think we're going to start dismantling our temporary interior and start mocking up the next one, because I think we like where the bed is at, but we want to change the galley, and I want to change this spot. Garrett's excited about it.
2, 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's so fast. It's gone.
And it's gone.
Next, the galley. So it looks like we got the okay from the yard to move over to our permanent slip. So we've got the guys from Sender Sailing here to help us move, and some of our old neighbors came by to say hi, so we've got a little crew. Let's go.
She'll move. It's pretty heavy, huh? That's good. How weird to feel it float, huh? Yeah. So, Ruth, you want to grab me some fenders?
Yeah.
Speed's great for now. Maybe give us a little more.
You guys out.
Wow, feels good. It feels really good.
I cannot wait to get to this point.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, there was another project behind Windwing. Cinder Sailing pulled into the Napa Marina, under tow from Sausalito.
I don't know how to paddle.
Mike and Hayden happy to leave the other anchor outs in their wake, and as Mike said in their last video, continue the project on solid ground. The least we can do is give them a shout out, because when my computer crashed, they lent me their spare. So give them a like, for the last 6 episodes are thanks to them.
Is that bad?
That was good. That was really good. That was as good as a dude could airplane.
Now that we're comfortably at a slip and not allowed to do any major work on deck, our sights move inside, which with the wetter months rolling in is okay with us. Thoughts of the interior race like a stampede in our mind. We know we want to build the engine into the interior for optimum access, so we'll start there. Focus. There we go. Next big task is installing the engine completely. So we're going to move the engine forward. It's going to be more central in the boat. This is beneficial for weight, and we'll be building the engine box detachable from the interior so that it can be completely removed for engine maintenance.
Keep an eye on that leg over there.
Okay.
Make sure it doesn't buckle and drop all of our shit.
Okay. Creaking, but no movement.
Oh, shit.
What? Oh, you're pulling.
Exhaust.
The exhaust is hooked up?
I'm like, oh, it should be going way easier than this.
There we go. There she goes.
Figure out what I want to do from here.
This is where we have to make some decisions. We have decided to hook the Westerbeastie up with a driveline using universal joints, so we can put the engine anywhere and skip the whole precise alignment thing. It really makes sense on a wooden sailboat where everything moves.
Here's the driveline installed.
Okay, so this part's the U-joint part, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And here's the slip yoke, which allows it to slide in and out. So there's like 6 inches of play in here. Big, beefy shaft. And it's a tubular shaft, so it's hollow. And here's the other end.
We'll go into more detail on the driveline in a later episode, but now we have to decide on a permanent location of the engine, which proved difficult because we have to take the rest of the interior into consideration and how the engine will be incorporated.
Like say if we had a little L or something.
Could be an L here.
The L was like half over this.
Or
2 settees.
and then
where you are there on port could be your walkthrough and Rediviva.
Quarter berth kind of things, but where they kept going out, and this was our seating area across.
Something. Seems like the most logical place to put the head is in this corner. But if this was off the port and a little bit further forward.
Could also flip to the other side.
Because you know you're going to want to fold that down into a bunk.
You probably still have like a little walkway through. Yeah, but I mean then it would be just like dealing with the same thing.
Well, the engine and the head would be on different sides then.
And then like out like that. The engine is huge.
It's quite massive.
And I just keep thinking like, you know, get rid of this thing, get that little 2-cylinder up there, and then get an electric motor, and then turn that into a generator.
Okay, whoa. Maybe we're overthinking this. An L or dinette, galley in the quarter, or a berth, we just have to start somewhere. Splitting the difference of the million possible layouts, we're putting the engine near midship and slightly to port.
I'm starting to build the engine beds right now to mount the motor. We got some big fir beams. There's the next one that I'm working on. It's nice big 4x6s, and so I'm mounting them across 3 of these floor timbers. So it's just sitting on top there, and then the third one steps up a little bit, so I just gotta notch it in. These spikes go down into the floor timber quite a bit, and then after those spikes go in, I'm gonna take this steel angle and mount that, and then on every floor I'll put a lag down into the floor, and then I'll do lags into the engine bed as it goes along. Alright. See if it fits. Sweet. Okay, so now all we have to do is figure out how to get that motor onto those mounts with just some 2x4s, cable come along, and myself. Okay, got the engine back in place where it's gonna live, so I can drill fore and aft and then pull the motor back off, pull that port mount up, bed it, spike it down, drill the middle, spike that down, then put the motor back on, and then bolt it up permanently.
While Garrett was moving the engine back and forth, just finished episode 38. And a huge thank you to Sender Sailing for giving me the computer to finish, and awesome woman that's letting us house sit and gave me space to set up my office. The rain has begun, and our masts are loving it.
If you can dry out the bilge again.
Yeah.
And then maybe do some shop vac and some
some cleaning.
debris removal.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been working in here a couple days.
Yeah.
Let the sawdust fly.
But making good progress.
Yeah.
We had really good progress the other day.
It's pretty crazy. We're almost at 2 weeks. In
Oh yeah?
2 days from now will be 2 weeks being in the water.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it'll be nice to have the engine just like pretty much sitting in the center of the cabin.
It'd be
almost.
super easy to maintain it, to work on it, and everything. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on drive lines and stuff, and think that it should be pretty easy to either build one ourselves or just contact a driveline company and just tell them what we want and have one made for us. Our shaft comes out of the stuffing box down there. I don't know if you can see that, kind of. I'm gonna put just a big heavy thrust bearing that clamps into that prop shaft, and that'll be, I'm gonna build a mount that'll be heavily spiked down into the keelson, probably braced up against the floor timber, and that will take all of the forward and reverse thrust of the prop so that it doesn't transfer any thrust onto the universal joints because they're not made to deal with that.
I'm gonna guess 4 feet and 7 inches.
4 feet and 7 inches.
Nuh-uh.
Like 4 feet 7 3/4.
Okay.
To be exact.
I'll take it. Sweet. The fun way to get in the boat now that we don't have an engine to stand on.
And the keel starts to step up back here, so this floor timber is sitting a little bit higher. So I just notched it out there.
So what's today's task?
Got this steel 90-degree angle, and that's going to be mounted up like that, and that should be pretty damn solid.
And did you order new engine mounts?
Yeah.
Nice.
So basically the same mounts, they're just the super basic mounts, but these ones are pretty shot.
They're probably really old. They're probably like the original.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we're working on. First step today, I'm going to drill the
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, Ty.
What's the crack with that? Good. Just yep.
Yeah.
Just scheming for.
Right on. How's it going?
Hey.
You're on film.
Probably be heading over to your place to do the drill press through this metal bar later, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be ready for that today, but at some point, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome to. I still have your bigger bits. So, what are you doing in my butt crack? Seriously?
Can't wait to hear this thing running again.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years since we heard it running last.
Yeah.
Yep, it's been exactly 3 years. The engine's moving up on the priority list, as we can't have Tyler and his dinghy chauffeur us forever. Along with the interior, the beat goes on, 1 foot in front of the other, and soon we'll be sailing out that gate. Up next, Garrett finishes installing the engine beds, and we measure precisely-ish where to put the bolts for the iron stringers. That feels good. And head over to Tiffany and Tyler's boat to use their drill press. And the woman we've been house sitting for kindly offers us her dock. which is in her backyard.
7 feet, and we're pretty low tide.
So stay tuned for Rediviva's maiden voyage.
We got our fearless push boat captain here. Working hard. I think we got a pretty good crew today.